Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Sorry if I seem a little scatterbrained. I've been having some problems with my camera this morning, and I've already filmed this a couple times. So, this week is going to be a little bit short because I've been putting my time into other things, which I have a vlog that I'm going to show you of me cleaning my craft room and stuff. I also have spent a lot of time particularly this week, in taking all of my scraps and turning them into DIY yarn cakes. So I'm going to share that with you, but I do have a little bit of progress on a couple of my whips. It is super cold today. It literally looks like it's going to snow, so as you guys know, my craft room is outside. It's in a building that we have remodeled. It's an outside shed that we've remodeled into my craft room, and it doesn't hold the greatest heater. My husband actually just ordered a new heater for me that will hopefully do a lot better than the one that I have. So if I'm looking like I'm cold, it's because I am. So I have no new items, so I'm going to jump directly into whips because I don't have any progress on anything else. So my first whip is just a little progress on my granny square dress. It's not a whole lot of progress. I think it's a couple rows just on this one panel, but I did actually put a progress keeper in, so that's where I was before. So I just started this yellow row, and I've completed a total of 2 of the yellow rows, so not a whole lot of progress. I am very excited to see this come together. Once again, if you don't remember me talking about it last time, this is going to be a granny square dress where the top of the dress is 2 giant granny squares, one for the front, one for the back, and then it has a A-line skirt to it. It's not my idea. The original idea that I found was on the Secret Yarneries podcast. She has created a dress similar to this, and it's on the mannequin in the back of her videos, and I really liked it, but she doesn't have a tutorial for it. So I'm kind of winging it and doing my own version of her design. So it's inspired by her design, but it's not going to be the same. I think I even used a different granny square, but I do want to give credit where it's due. Definitely check out her channel if you haven't. I really enjoy watching her podcast. So yeah, I have not made a whole lot of progress on that one. I did make quite a bit of progress on my sweater. I finished the sleeve that I was working on. So this progress keeper is where I was at last time I showed it. I only had a few rows left, and then I had to do the cross stitch design and then 1 more row of single crochet. So the sleeve is complete. I'm very happy to have that done. And like I said before, I'm really liking working on this sweater. So I can take the progress keeper off of this one since I showed you and put it on the other sleeve that I have started. So I haven't made it very far, but I have made some progress on it. So this is the second sleeve. I'm maybe about 10 rows in, so not very far, but it's good progress, and I should have some more, hopefully at least half the sleeve done by the time I podcast next time. I would be very pleased if I was able to do that. So for those of you that don't remember, it's out of the Crocheted Sweaters, Simple Stitches and Great Designs book. My husband bought this for me several months back. And I've really been liking it. So I can get my page to turn. It's the fall forward sweater, so it looks like this. And it's a really simple sweater, but has that cross-stitch design around the arms and then around the bottom of the sweater. As I said before, I'm not going to put the collar on because I don't like colors on my sweater, but I'm very excited for this to be finished. And Lord knows that I could use another sweater right now. So that is all the progress that I have on my whips. As I said in the beginning of the video, I have spent a lot of time this past couple weeks working on cleaning up my craft room because it had looked like a tornado hit it. And then making my own DIY yarn cakes. So I've had tons of just scraps laying around. I have bin after bin after bin that I've, acquired myself and that I've acquired from Grandma. So I have tons of different colors and tons of different, amounts of different colors and all of that. So I decided that I was going to make my own yarn cakes. So I got a whole bunch of scrap yarn out and I filled my purple granny square bag up completely with just scrap yarns, and I kind of set out a design that I wanted for each bundle of cakes. So each color variant has, several cakes in it. So, and I will show you that. I spent a lot of time doing that. If anybody has ever made a yarn cake, you have to sit there and wind it forever, especially if you're doing like several different colors. So I've spent a lot of time doing that. Like I said, I do have the vlog of me cleaning my craft room. Well, it's a vlog of what I talked about before and showed you kind of the mess that it was, and then I go through and show you how I changed things. So I thought I would pop that in at the end. I am going to try and do more vloggy type videos when I can. I also thought that maybe once a month, so it would probably be every other podcast, maybe just popping in some sort of personal thing about myself. I really enjoyed doing the 10 non-yarny things about me, so I thought maybe I might, do that every once in a while. And, that'll let you guys get to know me better. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you the yarn cakes that I made. So these are the yarn cakes that I made. They're sitting here because I made them in the house and I just brought them in here and set them down. I need to find a place to put them because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this shelving unit that's behind all of these cakes, they're like little cubes, and I had baskets in them, like little square tote things, and all of these were in there, so I was able to clean out all of that and put in some of my yarn. Like these are all my knit crate yarns, and these are full skeins, brand new skeins, and then down there was another one. So I've created all of these cakes, and they all are along like a color theme. So like this one is pink, white, and purple, and then each collection of cakes has a variant from light to dark. And so I've just kind of picked up, I started on one and then just kind of continued through the next cake. And then I'm going to go through, my dog was in here and messed this one up, but I'm going to go through and label them all, what number they are and which group they go with, so that way I can just pull out the entire group and know that I can make something with the equivalent of whatever amount of yarn is here. So like this one has basically four skeins with it. This green one is my favorite. It has 3 skeins with it. 2 of them are rather large skeins, so they look like that. And this is, I have to say, is one of my favorites, so I can't wait to make something with this. And I don't know if you could tell how it's going from light to dark. I didn't add any white into this one, so it's just strictly my green scraps. So I started with light and went to dark. And then I had a lot of this green here left over, so I just kind of popped it in at the bottom. And then I have a lot of blue ones. I got quite a few blue variants out of that. I think Grandma liked to use blue a lot, so I have a lot of blue scraps. And this, there's 6 of them here, so this went through pretty much all the blue scraps I could find. And this one is purple, so that would make a really decent sized shawl. And I have to say, this one is one of my favorites. I had all these little balls of all of these colors that are like fall colors, so I just made skeins out of just the fall colors, and I think they're really nice. So I think I might be making like a little lap robe out of this for my daughter, because she's like me, fall is her favorite color, and she's been going on about wanting to decorate her room with fall colors. So I think that eventually I will make her a little lap robe or little quilt or something for her bed, because she likes to put smaller size blankets on her bed as like decoration and stuff. So I think that she would really like that. So I didn't count, but I do have quite a few here of the yarn cakes that I made. So I'm very pleased. It was definitely worth the time that I spent, and yeah, so I thought I would share it with you. I'm going to go ahead and add in that little vlog of me cleaning my craft room, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Hello everyone. I thought I would do like a little vlog today. My goal today is to get all of that stuff put away. I have been super lazy since my craft fair and just got shoved in a corner, so I'm in my craft room. That's where I film. All of this needs to have pictures taken of it and put up on my shop. And this one is already in my shop, but I have a written pattern for it, so I need a picture for it. I have all of that mess to clean up and all of this stuff to put away. So I thought I would share it with you today. This is currently what my craft room looks like. It's quite a big mess. Those are those cabinets I was telling you about. I want to get those, bunch of those pink things right there, those little pouches put up, the metal cabinets. I have all of my knit crate stuff up there that needs to be put away. I have crap all over my knitting machine that needs to be put away, and all of this stuff on the floor. So that is my goal for today. I don't know how far I'll make it because it is freezing today and my heater's not really keeping up. So I thought I would just go ahead and kind of give you a sneak peek of what my day is going to be like, and I thought I might be adding kind of little vlog things into my podcast, so this is my first attempt at that. And yeah, so today I'm just going to be straightening up and putting everything away, and then I'll come back on when I'm finished and let you have a look. Okay, so I've been working for several hours and I finally got it all nice and neat. So I'm going to start over on this side, and I got those pouches up and I have stuff in them. I have baskets here that my husband bought me for the craft show that I did, and I don't have any plans on doing another craft show, so I'm using them to hold my fat quarters and brand new skeins of yarn that I can't fit on anywhere else. I set up my little yarn holder that my husband made for me several years back. It holds up to 4 skeins of yarn, and it just kind of rolls off and you can work as you're going. So those are all of my yarns for my kids' stocking, and of course you can see my stocking there. I got all of that taken care of up there. I got all of my printed patterns in the proper notebooks and stuff. In this dresser I have mostly yarn, but the bottom, or the top drawer and the bottom drawer are other craft supplies and just miscellaneous stuff. I got all of that junk that was on my knitting table off. This still looks a little bit messy, but those are current projects that they're long running projects. These two have stuff that I've been working on for patterns, and this is my granny square blanket that I've been working on for several years. This green tub up here has all of my knitting looms in it. And as you can see, I have this long, like, snake thing right here that's attached to my knitting machine. That's actually part of this thing right here, because it's going to be a scrap blanket. I've also redone my little shelving here. I used to have all of these little compartments filled with these little bins that had just like random skeins of yarn in it, like half skeins, some that I rolled into cakes with my ball winder, but I took some of those out and I put the full skeins, or almost full skeins, that I have of yarn in there, and then these are all of my knit crate yarns. So all of these have bigger skeins of yarn. I really do need to remember when I'm working on projects to look in those bins. So I moved my paper tray thing here. It was over near my books over here, but I moved it over here now, and I cleaned all that out, and I have my spare project bags up here. This is just miscellaneous craft stuff. I have my crochet books over here. Those are old vintage, like, crochet magazines that I got from Grandma. And this, I know it looks messy, but these are all of my scrap yarns for this scrap yarn blanket. And then I just have a bunch of other junk over there. So I didn't get to taking pictures of any of those. I hung my nice granny square bag up there. That tote has all of my finished projects that are currently in my shop. And that has, it's full of fabric for future bags once I get to it. I have my knitting stuff there. So I need to get to all of that stuff and get it filmed. The only thing that I'm really needing to work on is my sewing station. On the top looks fine. I do need to get that little stand, that thread stand, hung up on the wall up there. That's one of my daughter's old army outfits that we got her when she was little, but it's hung there because it's special and it's a one-of-a-kind thing. We'll never be able to get it back, so she's put it there so she can save it for her children, but that's what that is. Off subject. I do need to get, I think I'll have to get some command hooks to hang that thread holder on this wall up here. But I have my sewing machine, and I do need to get some sort of more storage to put my sewing stuff in. So it's just kind of stuffed in there right now. But other than that, I think everything looks pretty good. Oh, and I have my crochet bags over there. So that is what I've spent a majority of my day doing. So like I said, I thought I would just share it with you because I wanted to add some like life vlogs into my podcast. So this is how I've started it. I really needed to get this done. It's been sitting here since before Christmas, and since about the middle of December is when I had my craft show, and I just kind of threw everything in here, and then the weather got really cold and I just didn't want to spend much time out here. So I also have another green basket over here that's holding all of my bags that are currently in my shop. So, yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. And I'm really much more pleased with this shelf down here. So I'm hoping to get a big shelf to maybe put on the wall that's behind me, but that's going to have to wait. We have some other things that we have to purchase before we can do anything like that, considering our microwave blew up yesterday. So yeah, like I said, I just thought I would do a little bit of vlog, showing you kind of what my week has been.